We are live and we are talking SMART goals. Live from Virginia, USA. Welcome all in the chat. I can see you, but you didn't put ready. I said, write your goal, get a pen and paper and put ready. I didn't see any ready. I've been waiting. Welcome, welcome. Those of you who are going to watch it later, this was a live, and I'm going back to a very important lesson, which is how to write a SMART goal. So what we're going to, if you see me for the first time, I'm Sherifa Nakalema. I'm in Virginia, USA. I've been doing this midnight, my time, but right now is 3:04 my time. So it's afternoon in Virginia, USA, but I've been coming live with motivations. But now I said, let me go back to just sharing something valuable that you can use to achieve our goals, those things we want to happen. So in this one, we're going to talk about, first of all, what's a goal? Then, why do we need to write our goals? You know, we don't write goals. Do you write your goals? I don't think so. Many of you don't. So we have to learn how to write, a very good habit of writing goals if you want to achieve them. Then number 3, we're going to say, what is a SMART goal? S.M.A.R.T. What is a SMART goal? And then after that, I'm going to show you examples of SMART goals. So before I came out, I said, those of you in the chat, get a pen and paper, and we're going to read it. This is going to be practical. We're going to write our goals, because if we do, we're going to see them, achieve them faster. Okay, so when I share the examples of goals, the real one, like where you see how to write a SMART goal, I'm going to cover from a student, someone who's in school, for like when you are starting out, maybe looking for jobs, how you write your goal. Then what about when you're just family life, you have children, that kind of life, like what kind of goal we could be setting? Just an example of a SMART goal. And then when you are like a little bit older, like maybe thinking of retirement. And then I'm going to specifically talk about, give an example of a goal for married couple, for example, husband, wife, what kind of goal they could have written as a SMART goal. And then I'm going to also talk about in the family, the goals for children. You know, you could have a goal for your husband or for your wife, and then a goal for your children. Okay, so that's what's happening here. Welcome, welcome, Robert. I see you. My inbox. What do you say? Is to have a hacky. Did you see that goal? Woo! Someone has a very important goal. You know, I asked them in the chat too, right? To think about their goals. Someone put hacky. If you are maybe in Uganda, that's where you know what hacky means. Someone wants to get a wife, to get married. Yay! Okay. We're going to write it down. In fact, I could start with it when we start getting to the examples of goals. Remind me. Let's start with Haki. That's interesting. Okay, what about the other ones? Which goal did you put? That made me laugh. Okay, what about you, Herbert? Welcome, Hamad is here. Kimelo Penina is here. Mutua Agency. Welcome. We are streaming. This is called streaming. When you hear streaming, I'm streaming. I didn't come the normal way I come. Recently, I did it again. I came with the phone, but I'm streaming. And you are welcome to support this streaming because it's a little bit expensive. There's a dollar sign right there up there on the chat. You could put in $1. We chime in. It costs like $80, $90 a month to sustain this streaming. It's called StreamYard. And for those of you who want to use this, you can start a trial. They give you, I think, 7 days for free. There's a link in my profile. In below this one. Let's get to business. Okay. Before you even ever have a goal or need to write it down, you have to have why, right? Why? Like this one who wants a hacky, he has a reason why he wants a wife, right? So you better keep that in mind. And after the why, then you also have to learn the habit of visualizing that thing. I'm mentioning these before we get into discussing. Visualizing that life that you want. Like, I thank you for putting hack in my chat because I'm going to use it a lot. Like, if you are right now single, right? you want a wife or you want a husband, I want you to start visualizing, like thinking, like when you're on your bed or something, thinking what it will be like, what life is like when you have a wife in your house or a husband. What is that life? Think of it and create it before it happens. It's called visualization. So when you're hacking, my girl, when you're on your bed, let me give you a tip that I use in other videos. It's connected to this. If you want your goal to be achieved faster, start thinking of it like it's done already. It's here already. It's done. So for this one who wants a wife, they say when you sleep in your bed, leave her space right there. I'm coaching almost right now. All of you who will listen, think of it like it's done. So in your bed, make sure you have a bed that fits 2 people already. And when you sleep in your bed, don't sleep in the middle. Sleep on the side. Leave the space for your wife. And they say the men sleep on the outside because they're supposed to protect their women. You listen to that? The men should be the ones sleeping on the side that faces the door, like to get out, because they're the protectors. In case something happens, your wife should be the one to run out quickly. So the wife, normally on the other side. I don't know how your bed is. But some people have the beds in the middle like this, but try to be, the man needs to be, they say, not me, I'm not an expert, but they say the man needs to be the one toward the door because you are expected to run out. If something happens, you protect, right? And then when you go to buy 2 cups, buy 2 plates, buy all the things, start preparing them. Like the wife is here. If you have a house big, like here they do in America, or other people, like you have a house that's big and it has a garage that fits 2 cars, they say when you park, although you have just 1 car right now, don't park in the middle of the garage, park on the side to save a space for your wife. You imagine the wife is already here. Okay, I'm done with that one. That was by the way, because he put in the chat that he wants a wife. That's why I put that. So welcome all. And let's get to this topic of goals. What is the goal? I'm going to define the goal. What is the goal? Why we need to write our goals? What's important to write our goals? And what is a SMART goal? Because that's a topic. You need to write it as a SMART goal. And I'll give you examples of goals, or the SMART goal, the way you write it down. And from school years all the way to retirement. I have 1 example each. So, what is a goal? I did some research. And it says that a goal is a desired outcome that you plan to commit to achieving. They could have different definitions of a goal, but you think of it, the thing that you want to happen. That thing that you want to happen, that's your goal. Normally, we keep them in our brains. It's not bad because they say thoughts are things. Have you heard of thoughts are things? Please like it. Please like it. Please share it. Please subscribe to my channel if you're new. Here I talk about these kind of topics. I talk about starting a business, working from home, making money online. Recently, I talk about school, passive income, halal income, all those topics, and motivation. Yeah, that's what I do over here. So please subscribe if you're interested in any of that. When you think about, okay, the thing that you want to happen is your goal. But most of the time, we just keep it in the brain, right? We don't get it out. Although they say thoughts are things, because thinking about is not bad. But if you're thinking everything is in the head, you get overwhelmed. It becomes too heavy. So it's better you write it down. And the reason why they write it down, now I've got to number 2. I said, what is the goal and why do we write goals? I found 3 reasons when I did my research. Okay, there may be more, but the main reason. The reason why you want to write it down is because we want to clarify it, to make it clear, to focus, so that you know, okay, this is what my goal is, okay? You want clarity. Reason number 1. Number 2, you want to commit. You say, yes, I write it down. This is what I want in my life. You write it down. So 1, you want it to be clear. Number 2, you want to be committed. So you think about it all the time. Number 3, you track it. You say, okay, I said this amount every month. How much do I have now? Like it helps you to track it, to know if you are on the right track. Okay, I just covered 2. I said, what is a goal? And also I covered why you write goals. Now, the number 3 is, what is a SMART goal? SMART. Let me write it in the chat. SMART. I'm going to put right in the chat. SMART is an acronym, actually. SMART, like this. It's abbreviated. C-M-S-M. I'm typing it in the chat. Okay, SMART. Did it come? Can you see it? Okay, SMART. S-M-A-R-T. So what does it mean? When you write your goal, like if you're about to get into examples, you write it as a SMART goal. S is S-M-A-R-T. S stands for specific. It has to be specific. Like I'm about to give you examples, you'll see how a goal can be specific or must be specific. Number 2, a goal, okay, you can see it, but you respond it later. It takes, is there like a delay? Number 2, a goal has to be measurable. SM, measurable, means you can measure it. You can know, okay, that, I got that, and maybe you measure or count like that. You can see it. You can know if it's working or not working. Number 3, a goal has to be, I shouldn't have said number 3. SMART. S, specific. M, measurable. A, achievable. Achievable, because there are people when I say, what's your goal? Especially in TikTok there. They say, I want to make $1 million, $1 million US dollars every month. Okay, is that achievable? Okay, you're saying $1 million US dollars every month. How much are you making right now? You see, something achievable is when you set your goal, right? And then, you're not going to do anything because it's too big over there. Another one is R. S-M-A-R. Relevant. Some people say realistic when they talk about this, what that R stands for, but I prefer relevant, which means the goal you're writing and setting, it better be relevant to a bigger thing you want to happen. For example, if your goal is to make money, now you can't be setting a goal and you're talking about losing weight. You see what I mean? I want to lose 5 kilos or 5 pounds, yet your bigger goal, the one you started with, was money. So it needs to be relevant to the bigger goal that you want to achieve, whatever you're writing here. Then number 5, the last one is T. S-M-A-R-T. T, time bound. That's where we have issues. We don't put time on it. You say, okay, I want this. When? For example, let me ask the Haki. Haki, are you still here? If you are still here, remember I said when I start examples, I'm going to start with yours. So you want to have a wife. When? That's the timely one. So you can go, I can break it down for you who wants to have a wife. I have other examples, but if you prefer, I could drop my examples and work with yours. If you say, this is what I want, we can turn it into a SMART goal right here with me by following this SMART. S-M-A-R-T. So, SMART for him. He wants a wife. Specific. Yes. He wants a wife. That's specific. Okay. Measurable. Can we measure if we got a wife or not? Yes. We can know if we have a wife or we don't. Yes. That's a tick. Okay. Achievable. We have to ask him. Is it possible for you to have a wife? When? Maybe after, let me leave this for a moment. Okay, relevant. Yes, it has to be relevant to him wanting to be married, which means his bigger goal is to be married. And to be married, we have to get a wife, okay? So relevant to him being married. Now, let's talk about the time. Where are you? Are you still in the chat? Because I don't want to be wasting time. I could be discussing something else. Are you still here? The one who wants a Haki? When? Put a date on it. Then I'm going to write a statement for you. When do you want to have the Haki? How come? How about you are not laughing? I thought that was a very good example because I asked them before I came live. For those of you who are coming Welcome. Please type in the chat so I see who you are. Just type hello so you can see it in the chat. Your phone, YouTube is asking you to chat. If you type there like a comment, it will come right here. So I can know who you are. I see you over there, but I don't see you over here. So put a date. When do you want the wife? So we can write a statement for you. I can write a goal for you. Where are you? Are you still here? Okay, I'm going to assume that you want a wife by December, because this is December, this is 2025, right? It's August 11, 2025. You may watch this later, it still be relevant. This is relevant information, okay? All the time. So let's assume he wants a wife by December 2025, okay? That's his goal. And is it achievable now? I'm going to assume it's achievable. So you're going to write that your goal is to have a wife, a haki, by December 31st, maybe 2025. That's a SMART goal. My goal is to have a wife by December 2025, because it's specific, it's measurable. We can know when we have a wife or we don't. It's maybe achievable. I'm going to assume that he can have a wife by December, and it's relevant to his goal of being married, and it's time bound, which is December. See, that's a SMART goal. Now let's go to the ones I had over here. I have for examples for when you're in school, how you could write your SMART goal. When you are looking for a job, when you are having starting your life around creating family, when you are retiring, like those kind of goals. And if you want, you feel free to chat. I can stop this, what I have here, and write your goal. Is there anyone who wants to write a goal? We just did one for one who wants a wife. Those of you who are welcome. Please chat so I know who you are. Chat. Maybe I need to be on my phone. Let me put my phone on so I can see you very clearly. Just a second. Because right now I'm looking at the chat, but it's not updating quickly. So let me get on the live like you so I can see faster. Please type in the chat. I want to create a SMART goal. By the way, these topics, okay? These topics, you may not think they are important, but they are very, very, very important, because we say we want to make this amount of money. I want this, I want that. But how do we achieve it? One of the ways to achieve it is to write it down. That's why I said when I started, writing it down makes it clear, makes you like committed, because you're seeing it. You wrote it down, and then you can track it. Like him, he can track if he has a wife or not. Then he said, oh, I said December, I have to find a wife. I think he'll be like committed to find the wife and motivated to find the wife if he wrote it down. If we say that, for me, what I do with my goals, I write it down, and I actually make it like an I am statement. I'll share with this at the end. At the end, I'll show you how you write your goal as an I am statement to achieve it faster. And I suggest that you put it where you are every morning. Maybe it's on the side of your bed. For me, I put it where I pray. Where I pray, and I have a gratitude journal, like I write a gratitude journal every morning. So I put my goal right there. They say if you are looking at it every single day, it's in your brain, in your mind. It's in your mind. You achieve it faster, okay? So we do have anyone who has another goal, or you want me to go to mine? Do we have anyone? Please, Herbert, what's your goal? Let's get yours. Better bring a different one this time. Big dreams. Make it bigger. Herbert, are you there? Type your goal, or you type it when you are ready. I'll give examples now. So let's assume you are in school and you want to write your goal, but you don't know how to write it as a SMART goal. Remember, the reason why you write them as SMART goals, so we can achieve them faster. So this is an example of someone in school. They could say, this is a SMART goal. I want to improve my math scores or my math grades by practicing 4 math problems every day, maybe for the next month. the next 20 days. But what's important is the first part. You want to improve your scores. Maybe you got a C, you want it to become a B or whatever it is. You say, I want, but you're writing it down. My goal is to improve my math scores or my math grade by practicing, meaning solving, 4 math problems every day. Do you see how that is specific? Is specific. They want to improve their math grade and they want, and it's measurable. Okay, they want to solve 4 math numbers every single day. So it's specific, it's measurable. We know if you didn't do 4, you know you didn't do 4, or you did 3, or you did 5. You see what I mean? And then achievable, yes, because you can sit down and do 4 numbers. I think that's achievable. Okay, it's relevant. Yeah, it's relevant to your goal of having a better grade in math. Is it time bound? Yes, you said daily. And also we said at the end, here it said, solve 4 math problems each day after school, but for the next 20 days this month. Because I wanted to give examples of something you do quickly. You know, when you set those goals and say next year, we tend to lose like focus. But if you say this month, it focuses you. I remember when I some of you who saw me, I participated in this. Oh my goodness. It was a challenge in the school games, and it was just 1 month. I remember I was so focused. I was tracking every number, everything, because it's 1 month, right? Now they changed them to 3 months. You feel casual about it. So if you want to achieve your goal faster, put like a timeline that makes you think about it all the time. That's what that's how I would do it. Okay, did you put a goal? How about you didn't put a goal? I don't see you here. Where's your goal? Where's your goal? Oh, you have it already. Okay. My goal is to make 1 million Uganda shillings a month. Okay. It's very clear. You have a SMART goal. But let's see. It's specific. You want 1 million every month. It's measurable, 1 million. It's achievable, question mark. Relevant to your making money? Yes. Time bound. It's a very smart goal, this one. It passes the test. But let me ask you, is it achievable? Because, for example, let's assume you'll be making 500,000, half of this, 500,000 every month. And now you want 1 million. So what are you doing to get to 1 million? To double it. It's double. Doubling is not easy. So are you doing something? You don't just sleep when you have this kind of big goal of doubling your income, right? Do you have something? Okay, I need to read here. It's easier to read on the phone. I want to customers take chapatis starting this month. I don't think the chapatis are going to make the million. They're going to make the million? I don't know. That's good. Chapatis only or pizzas too? Chapatis only? I think you want to add some pizzas, some chapatis, some uploading videos on YouTube, a combination of things to be able to get this double income. Okay, it's doubling. Okay, yeah. So someone gave another example. They want to make 1 million Uganda shillings every single month. The first one gave, they want to get married, but they didn't tell me the time when they want to get married. Okay, I gave you an example. There's someone who's a student. 4 numbers every day, 4 math numbers. So if it wasn't math, could be whatever subject you want to improve on. I'm a strong believer that no one is stupid. I don't believe that. Everyone is capable. We just don't do it or just don't know what to do. Now like this, if you follow this and you say, you know what? My English is poor. I'm going to make an effort to read a book, to go to the library and pick up some books and read a book every day, just for fun, to improve your English. I'm going to make sure I have a friend at school. Let's assume you are a person who just moved from maybe Uganda from another country. You came to America and English is the second language, like me. You could say, I'm going to make sure in this school, I talk only to people who speak English. I don't want to talk to students who speak my language. Because I want to improve my English. So that could be a specific goal, to improve your English. So there are things you could do slowly, consistently. Okay, it could be slowly, but consistently. And you change things. By the time the year passes, you will see the big change. That's the goal, right? How about when you are looking for a job? How do you write a SMART goal? Welcome. Please type in the chat so I can know who you are. When you see on your phone, it says chat. When you chat, it comes right here. We see it. Okay, so I want to know who's on. Please, it's really hot over here. We are in the summer, and I have a big light right here. But how's the light? Motuba Agency, how is the light today? Is it better than when we come in the night? Okay, young adults, careers, looking for a job. This is how you write your goal. My goal is to apply to 12 job openings this month by submitting one application every weekday. Every weekday, not a weekend, but every weekday. So you could have, okay, your goal is, let's pass it through the test of SMART. You know, it's hot. I'm going to put a fan for a second, but I'll cut it off. I'm going to carve it on for a little bit, then I'll cut it off. Okay, so sorry, it's going to mess up the sound a little bit. So SMART, you want to get a job, and your goal is to apply for 12 job openings. Maybe you see them in the newspaper or somewhere, but you're applying one every single day. So is it specific? Yes. One application every single day. And you want 12 of them by the end of the month. Measurable? Yes, we know. If you have 4, if we did the 1 every day, or we got the 12 at the end of the month. So we can measure and know we did it. Then is it achievable? Yes. If you're looking for a job, Dr. Phil used to say that if you don't have a job, your job is look for a job. So don't say, I'm here, I don't have a job. Like you who said you want $1 million. If you don't have $1 million, your job is to find the $1 million, is to figure out how to get the $1 million. So yes, you can very easily put out an application every single day. In fact, I would put out even more. So is it achievable? Yes. Is it relevant? Yes. You want a job. So putting out an application every day is relevant. Is it time bound? Yes. Because you said every single day I apply, and I want 12 at the end of the month. Did you see how this works? It goes through that. So if you write it down, my goal is, if you say you're going to get 12, put in 12 job applications, and I'm going to put in one every weekday, meaning Monday to Friday. You have a SMART goal. You write it down right there. It's going to be looking at you every day, and then you stand up and go do it, okay? So, young adults, job. Submit one job application every day, each weekday. How about the person who is starting a family, career, right? Now you got a job. What kind of goals are you having? You could say, this one is good for you who wants $1 million. Skip something. Say, you know what? I've been buying candy. What do you do? What do you waste money on? Because, for example, here in America, you could be buying like a snack. You go, we have these grocery, we call them what? Convenience stores. Those things are terrible. They tend to be close to your house, and they tend to be very expensive. So something you'd buy for like $2, they sell it to you $5. So you could say, I know a person here where I live. He's always walking to go to that grocery. I live close to a 7-Eleven. You know 7-Eleven? If you're in America, you know 7-Eleven. So 7-Eleven is a convenience store, very expensive. So he's always walking to go buy something. I said, what? He doesn't know. It's so he's wasting a lot of money. You rather go to a big store, a big shop, and buy things in bulk and have them at home. But he's always going. That's a lot of money. And at some point you think that's a normal price. Because you're so used to buying it right there, in your brain, you think that's a normal price. Yet it's not. So this one is saying that when you start your family life, you just got a job, or this person who wants to make $1 million, think of, okay, you're going to do 2 things. You want to make more money, think of making money, but also think of saving money. I remember my husband here in America, when I first came, he would always pass by those 7-Elevens to buy coffee every single day. I said, how much is this coffee? Because you know what I said to him? No, let's buy a coffee maker at home. At home. And I said, me, I'll make sure we make coffee right here. And save a lot of money. You may think spending $3 is nothing. And you know, when you go to buy coffee, you end up picking other things. They put things right there on the counter as you check out. Then you pick a cookie, you pick another thing, you pick a drink. You end up spending $15. So this one is saying, you know, I did some research that if you are in starting out life and you want to save some money, start by eliminating those things. How can I avoid those convenience stores? And say, you know what, instead of buying, go buy a pack and have it at home. You pick one and take it with you. Because for them, they even sell a single banana, like a banana $1. What? I can buy 5 bananas for like $2, and then they give you one every $1. It's like sad, actually, when you get used to them. So you want to save money? This is what you say. You could say, I want to save so much money a month. You put the amount by avoiding maybe coffee from 7-Eleven every single day. Let's assume it was $3. Okay, you spend $5 every time you go to 7-Eleven, which is rare. You save more. You save maybe 10. So you spend $10 at 7-Eleven every day. So every week you're spending $50 by just passing by this 7-Eleven to buy coffee. So 50. So you could say, I want to save $200 every month by avoiding a 7-Eleven. Just by not going over there. But when you avoid going to 7-Eleven, maybe you save 200, but you could buy, if you buy a coffee maker and you buy your coffee, then maybe you're going to spend out of the 200 you saved, 50 by having the coffee maker and then doing the coffee at home. So what I'm trying to say is, you think of how much you would save if you stopped doing those small purchases. But on top of that, when I have to spend some time on this age, when you are a career, there are so many things you are trying to do when you are starting a career. You just started getting a job. Show me you're in USA, or it doesn't matter where you are. There are these things that you have. Maybe you have debt. You have to pay off debt. You have to save. Maybe you are thinking about, okay, I want to buy a house or build a house. I want to buy a car. I want all these things. So write them down and start saying, I'm going to save. I'm going to save maybe $100 every month towards buying a car. I'm going to save. I remember when we bought a house in America, at that time, which was many, many years ago, it was saving, the down payment was $500 every single month. But that was almost 30 years ago. So, and you commit, and when you do this, you automate it. You say, you know what, maybe you create a saving account separate for you trying to buy a car, a house, or whatever, and automate it every single month. So, but you have to have the goal, though. You sit down and think and say, okay, like what we did at that time when we wanted to buy a house, that if my goal is to have a down payment of, at that time, I'm saying like $10,000, okay, $10,000 in 1 year, divide by 12. I need to save like $833 every single month. So if you do that, divide by 2, I need to save 400 something every single week. Is it every single? Oh, yeah, every single week? No, every 2 weeks. Like we never get paid. My point is, give it some thought. Get a small calculator like mine, or use the one on the phone, and come up with a plan. Kalibala. Someone who wanted $1 million, his name was Kalibala. Sorry, I mentioned the name. Okay, sit down. You want $1 million? Okay. How do we get $1 million? Break it down in 4 weeks. I want you to think of the month as 4 weeks instead of thinking of all those extra 3 days. Let's not be a bonus. So you want $1 million? Okay, $1 million. That means you need 250,000 every single week. So how do we get 250,000 every single week? Let's assume you work only 5 days, $50,000 every day. Get busy. How do you get $50,000 every day? You said you want to do chapatis. How do you make 50,000? Remember, we're talking profit. We're not talking gross. How do you get it every day? You see how you start like intentionally writing down the numbers. And then I'm going to show you how you make this happen by using the I am affirmations. Remind me before you go that we put this, instead of saying, I want to make $1 million, you say instead, I am making it. So I just gave you the I am affirmation right now. Instead of saying, that's my goal is to make $1 million every month, just say, you're already happy. It's already happening. I am making 1 million Uganda shillings every single month. You can even add in easily, and effortlessly. And you can add in visualizing it. So when you sleep, don't be too tired to just drop on the bed and sleep. Just take some time to think before you sleep. Visualize a life with 1 million Uganda shillings in your bank account is coming, or this 50,000 every day. Create it. They say thoughts are things. If you know me, I wish I could find it for you here. There's someone called Al Nightingale. He recorded a video. Actually, it was an audio a long time ago. It's a very interesting one. He's taught us that thoughts are things. You think about someone who creates something. Whatever thing you see, something you buy, someone had to think first before they created it, right? That's why they say thoughts are things. So treat your thoughts as very important, because they lead into things. Those things could be good or they could be bad. You could be thinking of bad thoughts, and those things are going to happen. So the same with visualization. When you sit down and visualize things, like, oh, this is happening, this happening, visualize them like they are here already. For some reason, people who know about the subconscious mind and the law of attraction, they said those things are going to happen. So better visualize good things. Good things, okay? Okay, where are we? I was on the career, the young adult. You are thinking about paying off debt. You are thinking about saving to buy a car, saving to buy a house, all these things. Break them down and write down goals. And say, I am saving $200 maybe every paycheck, so that you can do what? Buy your house. I'm now saving, now I started speaking the other way, like it's already happening. I'm now saving $200 every single payment whenever they pay you. Assume you're in USA, they pay, some pay every week, some pay every 2 weeks, some pay every month, but it's more common for every 2 weeks. I'm saving $200 every single month. That's a SMART goal. And to make it easier, you can automate it. You put it that it's automated. You go to the bank, call it a standing order, and they automate it for you. And then you put it, you do like Risa Nichols says, in this savings account, and you refuse to open the statement. You say, please, you go to the bank. Now, I'm giving you strategy. Listen, for those of you who want to achieve things, because I've done this, it works. You go to the bank and you say, please open a savings account for me. And this date, whenever you know you're paid, around maybe a day later, please, I want you to automate $200 or $50, whatever it is, to this account, this other account. It's a savings account, right? And please, okay, they'll send you the statement, because you can't set the bank, don't send me a statement, but you said to yourself, I'll not open it. Don't open it, because when you open it, that's what Lisa Nichols did. She refused to open the statements, because once you see the money, you say, oh my goodness, I have all this money. Then you may start thinking about spending it. Yet you had a goal why you wanted it. In fact, and before I leave this topic and this middle, I call them what? The people who are in the family life, think of a what? Money for emergency fund. Remember, I'm talking about buying a car, buying a house, building a house, but the emergency. An emergency is going to happen whether you like it or not. It will happen. So since we know it's going to happen, let's plan for it. You could have actually 2 other accounts. You could actually, if you are really disciplined, the emergency money could be kept right there in the same account you have. I remember when I used to manage an account, and I said, you cannot go below this amount. So if you know that every month you need $2,000 to pay your bills, you could say, the experts say at least 6 months or 8 months. Some people say get to 8 months. So which means you need $12,000 to be in your bank account minimum. Or if you go with the 8 months, you need 16,000 or 16,000. Yeah. So you could have the self-discipline to say that this bank account will never go below that minimum balance. Always that money is there because it's for emergency. Emergency like what? Sickness, no job. Like for my situation, my husband had an accident. Things happen. So always when you're starting out, have an emergency fund, but also to be best, maybe you have it in a separate savings account. Whatever I need to do, please do it. But be intentional. Think down and think. Now all the things I'm talking about here, they make you think, oh my goodness, I need to make a lot of money. Yes, because all these things are going to happen. If you are starting out, you don't own a car, you don't own a house, you don't have anything, you're about to have children, who's going to pay for all that? You, right? That's why at the end, maybe I'll invite you to say, come, learn how to make more money. Because that's what I do also. And I teach passive money. So if you came and made some money on this school program where we teach, you could say that money, in fact, you could set it up, like you create an account that just for that. You say, you know what? I'm going to start a school community and it's going to be for saving for my time, for saving my house or for this. That's it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. So that when they send it there, the only time you look at it when tax time. You have to pay taxes on it. Yes. Okay. So let's move to, how about those people who are thinking about retirement? People like me. Oh, I'm 58. I'm thinking of retirement. So our goals could be different. For you are trying to buy a house, buy a car, do all the things. For us, we are thinking, what about when I'm retired? Where is the money going to come from? That's when we think of, okay, have a rental house. Make sure there's no debt. You own it outright. So when people pay rent, that can help take care of you. Passive income, invest in businesses, invest in other things that bring money. Multiple sources of income coming to you. And you could say, my goal is to set aside $500 every single month for my retirement. My goal, is that specific? Let's see. It says specific, yes, 500 every month. Measurable, yes. Achievable, maybe, depending on your income. Relevant, your goal of retiring with some cash. And time bound, yes, it passes the test. In fact, this goal setting, once you get used to it, you'll create a SMART goal really fast. But it's funny that most of our goals, when I talk to people, they never give me SMART goals. Only he did. The one with $1 million, he did. Like the person who said he wants a Hackley, he wants to get married. He didn't tell me when. He didn't tell me which month. You see, you have to put the time on it. You have to put if it's numbers in it, like that. Make it SMART goal. So what about, I said I promised at the beginning that I'm going to give you examples of a spouse, husband, wife, and children. What kind of goal you could write and it's a SMART goal? Okay, one could be like this. We'll have 4 date nights every month. Okay, we'll have 4 date nights this month by planning one special evening per week. How is that? I was researching this one. They didn't write it well. But what it means is this, that husband, wife, the reason why you have so many divorces is because we never think like this. Because if you thought that I have to give my husband, my wife time, a special moment every week, like you are just dating, you're about to get married, wow. Every week will be like we went back to the good years. So he's saying the goal is to have at least one night every week. That's special, separate. If you have to find here in America, babysitter, someone, so it's just time for you. You bring out the candles and you dress nice. The woman, you dress nice, and the man, you dress nice. Date night to keep your marriage nice and exciting. So that could be a goal. The SMART goal is to have at least four We said 4, assuming 4 weeks in a month, but maybe 4.5. Is there 4.5? 4 date nights, meaning it's just you and your husband and wife only. And when you are going like to an occasion, like for example, when you have they invited to a wedding or some function, that's not what we are talking about. Because now you're just sitting in a car and going and coming home. No, we are talking about the intentional one where you plan to be together and talk and have fun, just the two of you, not when you go out. That will be extra. Okay, that's me pretending to be a marriage coach, which I'm not. And now that was for the couple. How about for the children? When I researched this, I said, wow, this may not be easy if you have many children, because they said your goal could be to have 30 minutes, quality minutes daily with each child. So if you have, I have someone who here in the chat here in the school, she says she has 7 children. So if you have 7 children, that means what? That's a long time. 30 minutes for each child. Do you know parents don't do this at all? Especially me, I'm originally from Uganda, and I see how people behave, even here in America. When you have many children, you tend to see them as children together, like a bunch together, which is so wrong. Please, if you're listening to me, each child is different. Each child needs their own time. It doesn't matter even if it's just 5 minutes, but you separated it out and it's for them. If you have to take them out, go with just one sometime, just one. And the next time, go with another one and another one. They will never forget that time. They'll never forget the moment with their mom or their dad. But if you take them as together, always, no. So this one is saying, set aside 30 minutes, or even if it's just 15 minutes, I would say. Every single day, though, is tough. But let's assume, I won't take that advice now. Let me leave, because it's not easy. You have 4 children. You could say, you could give one some time. I don't know how you do it, but not for the children. Even if you did it once a month, it would be special for them. But the main point is, I have some time, maybe an hour a month with each child. This one is saying 30 minutes every day. That's not easy. I don't think many people can do that. 30 minutes every day. You come home, they're sleeping. You leave, they're sleeping. Okay. But you can intentionally say, maybe if you have only 2, that would be easy, right? That I'll have time, 30 minutes every single week. Okay, 1 hour maybe. 1 hour every single week with, then you put the name of the child and they put the name of the other one. But don't do it together. You could do the together one that you put both of them, but I want you to please have a moment with each child so you have a special relationship with each one of them. That's me. Because I'm old and I think I know. Because I have 3 children, they're all different. They're not the same. So if you are going to treat them the same, they're not. They're very different. So give them specific time. That's me. Set a goal for that. I'm done with the points I had. For those of you who are coming to watch or who are watching this later, this is where I started. I'm summarizing. And if you have, Anna's in the house. I didn't see you. Do you have a goal? I know you saw me teaching this topic many, many times, but believe me, if I ask you right now if you have a specific goal, it's possible you don't have it. So please, let's take it seriously and write a goal. Do you have a pen and paper? So I'm going to review this. Meanwhile, as I do this, if you want me to write a goal for you, type in the chat right here. Type it in the chat. Okay, I started off by saying that I'm going to talk about SMART goals. Then I said, what is a goal? Why we write goals? What is a SMART goal? And I gave examples of SMART goals. Okay, let me review really quickly. What is a goal? A goal is the desired outcome that you plan to commit to achieving. That was the technical one. But in my own language, I would say it's something that you want to happen in your life. Maybe you want more money. Maybe whatever that goal is. And then when I asked in the chat people to submit their goals before it came live, I found someone said they want to have a haki. If you're not a Muslim, you're not from Uganda, you may not know what that means. But actually he meant he wants to have a wife. That's the first example I dealt with here. Okay, but I'm not repeating that one. So the goal was Or I said the goal is a desired something you want to happen. Why do we write them down? I gave 3 reasons. For clarity, clear. I said $200 every month, so it's clear. It helps you focus. Then it makes you committed. You say, you see, I have to make this 200 because you wrote it down. Then you track it. You can say, oh, that week I didn't make the 200, so that means this time I have to make sure I double that because I didn't get, because you are tracking, right? Yeah, that's why writing is good. So what is a SMART goal? SMART is acronym. It's an acronym. Okay, I'm writing. SMART is SMART, but I didn't put the dots. It would slow it down when I'm writing. But SMART means, it's an acronym, it's an abbreviation. S for specific, the goal has to be specific. M for measurable, it has to be able to measure it, to know if you are really, it's happening. You have to can measure, maybe there's a number. Then we said achievable, yes, achievable. If it's not achievable, as you write it, you better make it achievable or you won't get it. Relevant, yes, don't write something that's not relevant to your goal. The bigger goal, I mean. Then time, that's where the biggest problem is. We say, I want to achieve this, but we don't put the time on it. So when you put the time, that's a T, it helps a lot. You have a time, okay, you have to achieve it. That's why you see big businesses or big corporate, they always have these timelines. The timelines, we have to achieve this by this time, this by that time. They're always running. They didn't make it. They made it. They didn't make it. Yeah, you have to have those numbers, something to track to see if you're doing progress. And sometimes, I remember when I used to work in the Revenue Authority, Uganda Revenue Authority in Uganda. They used to set these goals, revenue goals, taxes, and they would put it on the chart, on the board, so you can go see. They say, okay, by September, we must collect this amount of money. In fact, they would say that if you collect more than that amount, the target they put up, you all get a bonus. I remember there used to be an argument, because me, I was in collection. I was not collection. I was in what we call audit. So simple audit though. We just go check if the people are submitting sales tax. It used to be sales tax at that time, not VAT. Right now you have VAT, but it used to be sales tax. So it would be the people to make sure people are submitting the sales tax. And you know, when they set taxes, actually those taxes are not, those businesses, let me tell you something about taxes. When they say sales tax, it means the business is collecting on behalf of the government. When they say VAT, the business is collecting on behalf of the government. You are, the customer is the one paying the taxes, not the business. But those businesses, you know, they used to give us pajeros when you go to these places. They see the pajero, they all get scared. It's not your money. It's the government's money. And you collected it, now you don't want to submit it. And they would give them up to the 15th. So if it's the month of June, for example, the month that ended, which was July, they still have that money until like the following month, which is this one, by 15th, to send it to IRS. Sorry, IRS is America, Uganda, you are in. But they don't do it. Those businesses, they collect the money. The government gave it to you even for 2 weeks to keep it. You've been using it the whole month, but they don't want to bring it. That's why we used to be the people to go check. They collected the money, they submitted. Yeah. So now we're going back to that big goal. The time would come at the end of the year, and the people in Nakawa, they would send the number. They say, yes, we made more than the goal. And the debate used to come. They say, okay, we're going to get a bonus. We made more taxes this year. The people would say, those people in accounting, they don't go do it. They shouldn't get a bonus. Was that fair? It was not fair, because they are doing it's administrative. They're doing all these other things so that we can sustain the whole thing, right? So they deserve the bonus too, although they never stepped out. They never went to those pajeros. They never talked to the taxpayer. That was the bite. Okay, so we had these goals, and we would achieve them actually every single year. We used to be good at getting those taxes. Okay, but now I left that place a long time ago. It wasn't even part of this current revenue authority. It's a weird one. The one you have now, we were the people who were honest. We were the people who collected the taxes without being bribed or anything. That's why when they created it, we were the first people, because they were trying to remove corruption. But now everything came back. So I wasn't part of that though. Okay, now, anyone has a goal? If you want me to write your goal, please type in the chat. If you want me to write you a goal, a SMART goal, following this format. So after I explained what the SMART goals, why we write them, then I gave examples of SMART goals, and that's what I was discussing all this time. Examples. I started off with a student, someone who's in school, someone who's looking for a job, someone who's just getting ready to create a family, someone who is in a family, someone who's retiring. Did I say the retirement person? Yeah, the retirement person. I talked about the retirement person. Yeah. So different stages of life will have different goals. But please, as I conclude this, do anyone wants me to write your goal? I'm live here in the night. Now I don't know if we should switch it or come during the day or night. I think we're going to go back to our nights. I don't know. What do you think? Night, day. Who is voting? I've been coming night, which would be morning. Like for those of you in Uganda, to be early morning. I'll be coming around 6:30. But I like this one because there's no rush. No one is rushing me. I can be here as long as I want. But the other one will have like a deadline. I have to get off. Yeah. So what do you think? Vote. The ones who come here with me. Herbert, what do you think? Should we stay with this time or take it back to the night? What do you think? Put a comment for me. Okay. So those of you who watch it later, please take this seriously. Get a pen and paper, write your goal. In fact, I say that if you write it, like after you write it like this, and you read it every day, you read it. In fact, some people say read it more. You know what they're doing when they do that? It puts in this what you call the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is how things happen in your life. There is a person has a conscious mind and the subconscious mind. The subconscious is how, for example, if you're driving a car and you drive and don't even know how you drove over there, it's the one driving your car. Yeah, it's the thing that's behind everything you're doing, making the decision. But for you, you don't know. We don't know that you have a subconscious. So when you keep repeating it, you are storing it in there. That's when all the things come together and the things happen fast and you don't even know how it is. So go read about, if you want, go read about, or you prefer night? What do you mean by night? You mean night like now? Or because now it's night for you, but it's day for me? Or you mean morning? In your side, say morning or night. That's the answer I'm looking for. Morning or night? Morning or night for you? Because for me, it's morning, it's night or day. Right now, it's day. It's 4 p.m. But when I come with you, I've been coming in the night, at midnight. So vote again. Let me see what you mean. Or maybe I'll say, do you prefer this one? The only reason I like this one, I'll go on without interruptions. The other one is like waiting for me to go open up the Zoom. The disadvantage with this one, I can't have the camera in my Zoom in the morning. Remember those morning things we do? Because it's I have to set up this only if I'm gonna set it up like the following day in the morning. Otherwise, we'll see. We'll talk about that later. Okay, thank you all so much for watching this. I inspire you to please take this seriously because it affects your results. These things work. They work. If you sit down and write your goal and read it every day, you're going to see things starting to happen faster than they would if you didn't write it, if you just keep it in your brain. And when you keep things in your brain, you get overloaded. I have someone else who was keeping his things in there. I said, don't keep it in the brain. Get it like a notebook or somewhere to write these things. Number one, you forget them. Number two, you feel overwhelmed in the brain. So let the brain breathe. Let the brain breathe, right? Let it breathe, okay? So before I leave, I'm going to show how Sherifa said, I am affirmations. So this goal, you can write it like it's already happened. That's because you start with the word I am. I am. Let me write it here. I am. People who know better than us, or people who've done big things, they will say that anything you say after I am will follow you. I'm going to repeat it because it's true. Anything you say after the word I am will follow you. So if you say, I'm stupid, you just call stupidity into your life. You're going to start doing stupid things. You mess up things. Yes. But if you, instead of that, let's assume you feel stupid right now. So, switch it and say, I'm smart. Switch it and say the opposite. Let's assume you are shy. I'm online here. I keep inviting people. Come record the videos. And no, me, I'm shy. So me, I'm an introvert. Me, they label themselves already with something that could be negative. So switch it and say, I am confident. I am, in fact, start saying it like you're already recording the videos, if that's what you want. I'm recording videos and I'm loving it. And people are loving my videos. You say things, you use I am. So this, since we're talking about goals, like I gave an example already, the one who wanted $1 million, or the one who wanted, let's go back to the hierarchy. The one who wanted to have a wife, you can say, I am, in fact, you add in the happy also. I'm happy and grateful. You even add in now. Oh my goodness, this is another lesson now. Because the way you write them, you have to put current. You say, I'm happy and grateful now that I have a wife in my house. I'm happy and grateful now that when I'm invited to wedding, I don't go alone. I have a spouse to go with. I'm happy and grateful now that I'm making $1,000 and because of 1,000 Uganda shilling, and because of that, I'm able to save some money. I'm able to go out to have some fun. I'm able like that. So if you make it even like that in I am statements, it becomes a party because you are so happy inside. You're so excited, and then things start to happen. Recently, I made my I am affirmation. I said because I've been on TikTok a long time. I've been on TikTok since 2022, 23, 24. But then, because I'm sorry if you came from TikTok the way you know me. No. Because my reason for going to TikTok was to inspire people to start a business. Me, I like people who do business, work from home. That was my message. But after 2 years, I don't think I inspired even 2 people to do it. They do, but they stop. They do a little bit and stop. So I said, I'm switching the people I want to come for me to share what I know, at least a little bit of what I know. I spent a lot of money to learn it, and I'm here to share it. I'm here to support the person who wants to do it. I said, I'm happy and grateful that I'm attracting the right people who really are excited about starting a business. If I tell what's going on, you can't believe it. It's happening. Even yesterday, I was coaching a lady. She wants to start. Oh my goodness! I wish she was here. She's doing an agency to take care of seniors in California, and her goal is to make what? $100,000 every month. Oh my goodness! She inspires me too. Those kind of people. The other day, I met another one who is coaching people. See, my point is because I said it and started setting it. People started coming. The ones who are really passionate about business. The TikTokers, they don't like it. The word business, I guess, they're not good for them. So if you're a TikToker and you love business, I'll add in the comments. You say, me, I'm here. We are here. They like jobs. My daughter says, why don't you like people? I mean, not like inspire. I don't talk about like people benefiting of jobs. No. Because of this book, which that wonder, it started off the whole thing for me. The thing of passive money, the thing of other people's money. It's like, no, because when you do a job, it's good, you are strong, you can do it. But what about when you can't do it? What about when you can't go to work? What about when you are old? Oh, you saved some money, right? I'm telling you, a business is better, especially now that we do online businesses, because you could hire someone to do it when you're not there. Now we are using computers, we are using ChatGPT. I'm telling you. So as I leave, I'll say, I invite you to come to my community because we're back now to normal business, right? I'm going to invite you. I'm putting a link here to my community. If the word business doesn't scare you. And also, school made it very easy. It's called the school platform. They made it very easy now. Anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. You don't have to have the knowledge. Just come. We show you how you start and how you do it, and then you make passive money, passive income. I just shared my community there. It's free. And when you get in there, connect with me. I'll show you this new game. This is different. Very, very different. You start a business starting today. Everything is in place. Okay? Thank you so much. The topic was SMART goals. Please write down your goal. If you watch this later and want me to write a goal for you or revise it for you, put it in the comments. When you come, it will be a video. Put in the comments. They say, okay, write your goal and ask me if it's a SMART goal. I'll respond to you and say, yes, it's a SMART goal, or if it's not, I'll correct it for you in the comments. Let's make the comments fun. Right? Let's write SMART goals over there. You say, my goal is to do this, and this is how I'm writing it. But I'm going to help write it for you in this current form, where I say, I'm happy and grateful. I'm taking it to the next level now. But always remember the reason why you want that goal, and always remember to visualize it. If you can't visualize in the evening when you're sleeping, when you go, you are very tired, you just fall off and sleep, try in the morning. When you wake up, don't just jump off from your bed. Take time to think and visualize. Close your eyes. Think, the one who wants a wife, think like the wife is here. The wife is in your house, although the wife is not. Imagine the wife is here. And the trick is to get the feeling, they say. Feel happy that you have a wife. Feel happy that you have the million. Remember? The one who wants a million? Yes, like that. These are detailed topics. If you connect with me, I'll show you some other detailed videos and some courses that you could do to learn this stuff. Thank you all so much for watching it. I'm Sherifa Nakalema, Virginia, USA. Like I always end them, I say, take very good care of yourself. Take very good care of your families. Take very good care of your health. We started the Mind Your Health movement here with my brother. That's another conversation. And I'm starting my mini one. In fact, I also started sharing your stories. So many things are going on. You need to come to my community. Come. That's where you can communicate with me. We talk about all this. But subscribe. Continue to watch my videos. When you see me pop up, I know YouTube could make you mad, actually. After you watch me here, you see me popping up more. Please don't unsubscribe. Just skip if you don't like it. But don't keep coming, because I always have something good here. Thank you so much. Okay? Like it. Share with a friend. I don't think this was nonsense. It's a good thing. Share it. They'll find it here. That's why I love YouTube. They'll find it complete, and they can get your pen and paper and create their own goal. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.